Hi, my name is Stacey Rae Mednick, and I'm a certified personal trainer and health coach with over 30 years of experience in the health and fitness industry. And I'm here today to put you through a really great workout. You're going to need a set of moderate to heavy dumbbells, a mat, water, and a towel. And we're going to go ahead and get started. I will explain a little bit more about the workout as we go. So let's go ahead and take a little bit wider stance with our feet a little wider shoulder apart. Pull in your core, zip up your pelvic floor, and let's get into some nice light arm crosses. I want you to open up your back behind you and your chest. So open the chest and then almost give yourself a hug so you can separate those shoulder blades behind you. So it's like you're separating those shoulder blades, or it gets really tight in your upper back. This is just kind of a fluid way to open up the chest, get the arms moving, but really open up the back as well. All right, so we're going to start with a dynamic warm-up. We're going to go into some walkouts to fire up the core and alternating forward windmills. Nice and slow now. Here we go, warming up the shoulders, getting some mobility, range of motion, circulation into the shoulders. And then we're going to get into 3 circuits of work, 40 seconds of work to 15 seconds transition, and let's go backwards. During that transition time, you can catch your breath a little bit, grab a sip of water, and we'll be moving through 3 circuits, 3 strength training exercises to 1 core exercise each round. All right, strengthening, building lean muscle, increasing your metabolism, getting your heart rate up, and taking your body through a really nice workout. Okay, go ahead and shake it out a little bit. I'd like you to take your right leg and open up your hip flexor on this side. The hip flexors are right in front of the hips, and as we age and sit more, they get tight. So it's really important to open them up, get them ready for the workout. This is great before you walk, if you're a runner, or if you're just getting into your strength workout. Let's do a couple more here and go to the other side and up and over. So highly encourage you to warm up these hip flexors. If you have a sitting job, you're commuting, you're going back to work, you're spending more time in the car, you're a new mom, you're sitting in nursing, or whatever your circumstances are, be sure to get up and do some of these during the day. Or if you're sitting a lot, go ahead and shake it out a little bit. Try to get vertical every 30 minutes. 30 minutes to 3 minutes of stretching is a really great way to help keep your body, little squat here and little knee dips from sitting too long and getting those hip flexors to tighten up during the day. So sitting for 30 minutes, try to get up for every 30 minutes and get up for 3 and stretch. Move around, grab a snack, grab some water. These knee dips here are just gonna help open up our knees, get our ligaments and tendons ready, get some circulation and some mobility here. One more other direction, wake them up. And also just send some nice movement into this area of your body. Knees are an important area of our body to keep strong and also flexible. Very complex joints. And as you age, you need to be a little bit careful and make modifications along the way, which we will do. All right, we're going to move on into a side lunge. Sit back in the hip and the heel, reach down towards your ankle, come on up, push back to start, and do the other side. We're going to be doing some of these in our first circuit. So what I'd like you to do is practice some now. Side lunge, so we can talk about the form a little bit. Stepping out about 3 feet to the side, toeing and ankles forward. You want to get that weight shifted back into this back hip and heel. And the side lunge is a great way to help warm up your gluteus medius and minimus, your hips, your adductors, all of these muscles that we'll be utilizing in the first circuit with an alternating dumbbell side lunge. Let's do a couple more. Step, sit back, come up, push back to start, and other side. Very good. And shake it out a little bit. Okay, great job. Now from here, I'd like you to go ahead into a leg swing for me. So go ahead and just swing this leg through, and this will get a nice passive stretch through your hamstring, the back of your left leg, as you load that right leg, and also will help to fire up your core. So we're going to get the core fired up. We're going to get that back of that hamstring fired up. Don't worry about it if you're not touching your toe. Touch where you can, maybe it's your knee, maybe it's your shin. Let's do 4 more. You can hear my heart rate is increasing a little bit. So I'm getting a little bit of a side effect 2 and 1 of cardio here. Good, so shake it out a little bit. Open up, lunge into this left leg, right leg back, swing it through. Good. So, if you're a woman over 40, you've come to the right channel. Want to share with you, that's my niche market. Training women that are over 40. My tagline is Fit and Fab over 40. So it's important that you start putting yourself in the front seat of the car, not the trunk, taking care of your health, your body, working out, and particularly strength training. Because strength training is the fountain of youth in a bottle. It really is. It's what's going to help pull back time 1 more and help keep you looking youthful, your body strong. You're going to gain lean muscle mass, lose body fat, increase your metabolism, help you walk through the later years of menopause when you get there, and you're just going to feel better. You're going to fit in smaller sizes, and your body composition is going to change significantly with weight training. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some walkouts. What I'd like you to do is come to the edge of your mat, chin to chest, roll down very slowly. Feel a great stretch through the back of your hamstrings, hands on the floor. Now walk it out. An upright plank position, hold, and then hike those hips up, walk the hands back, relax just a little bit, roll up very slowly. Let's do 4 more. So inhale, pull your belly button in, draw the navel in, stretch down, feel a great stretch behind the hamstrings, walk the hands out, hold, and then walk those hands back. Now, if this isn't something that works for you to do the full walkout, go ahead and just roll up and down and don't do the walkout. Okay, maybe you have wrist, shoulder issues. You can just come down to here and stop and then roll back up. Okay, so that's a modification for those of you at home that the walkout might not work. That's okay. You're still going to fire up your core and get a really nice stretch through your hamstrings. Get you ready for those side lunges. Roll up very slowly. Last 2. Okay, so once again, chin to chest, navel in, core tight, bend the knees, stretch. Oh, that feels so good. Walk it out or avoid walking it out. Hold, head in line with the spine and the heels. Walk the hands back and roll up very slowly. Very slowly. We're going to do 1 more, and then we're going to get started. We'll grab a sip of water and get started. First exercise coming up is our alternating lunges. You will need a moderate to heavy set of dumbbells or 1 dumbbell. I will show you how to, very good, use 1 or 2 dumbbells or just your body weight. Okay? Lower and then roll it very slowly. All right, I'm just going to open up my door because it's very warm where I am in California. You just want to have a little bit of a breeze wherever you are. You don't want to be stuck in a non-ventilated room when you're exercising. It can actually be dangerous. So take care of yourself in that regard. All right, I'm going to demonstrate the exercise with 2 dumbbells. I'll also demonstrate it with 1. You can also, if you're new to exercise, you're a beginner, I highly suggest just use your body weight on this one until you get the form down. It's very important. So we're going to sidestep. The dumbbells come here, come up, and push back. Other side. Or if you prefer to just use 1 dumbbell, you can hold 1 dumbbell here, sidestep, sit back, come up, push back. All right, and I already showed you in the warm-up how to do the side lunge with just your body weight. I'm going to go ahead and do both sides with 2 dumbbells. I'm going to start our beeper, our timer, and we are going to get started with circuit 1, side lunges. Ready? Step it out to the side. 1, sit back in the hip and heel. 2, 3, push back to start. 4, step it out with the left leg. 1, 2, sit back in that left hip and heel. Push back to start. Very good. Now, it's important that you keep your sternum up and your head. Yes, your torso is going to lean forward with the nature of this exercise, but please avoid looking down. Keep your head up, toenail ankle forward, and your core pulled in and up. Step, sit back. Up, push back. Let's do 1 more. Very good. Okay, next exercise coming up is a thumbs up reverse fly. So what I'd like you to do is grab a set of light to moderate dumbbells, thumbs up, and you're going to come back this way. Squeeze. This is very friendly on your shoulders, and it helps to sculpt your rear deltoids. Here we go. Side profile, core tight, neutral spine. So here's a profile. It is important to keep your back on what we call a neutral spine in weight training. That is hinging forward in the crease of your upper hips, keeping your back straight, your belly pulled in, your knees soft, and your eyes looking slightly ahead on the floor. So you are not straining your neck. You're not straining your shoulders. You're squeezing your shoulder blades together. 40 seconds of work and time. Roll up very slowly. That's also very important. Now, I'm going to switch out my dumbbells. Next move, straight arm tricep extension. So you're actually right about here. Not quite in that neutral spine. Weights are right by the hips. And you come straight back with your arms really straight. Knees bent, core tight. Shoulders down. That's very important. And I'd like you to contract your triceps. I'm going to come a little closer to the screen so you can see me. My feet might be cut off, but that's okay. Core tight. Notice that my shoulders are down from my ears. I'm bringing the weights right alongside my hips. Lifting up, squeezing the back of my upper arms. Triceps is a three-headed muscle in the back of your upper arms, and tends to be where a lot of women gain a lot of body fat, especially as we age. Doesn't have to be like that, and roll up slowly. All right, fourth exercise is a mountain climber. Now, if you don't want to go to the ground, grab a chair. You need a chair here, and you can do them this way, or you can go to the floor with me and do them on the floor. So pick your level here, and let's get into a mountain climber. I meant to share with you that to modify this exercise, you'll need a chair, but it's okay. If you have a coffee table or a couch, you can also use that. You can also walk to a wall and just do a wall plank, especially if you're a beginner or if getting to the floor is hard for you. You would just lean up against a wall and just pull your core in tight and hold that position. All right, we're going to take a small water break and get into our side lunges. Set 2 in a moment. 1 weight, 2 weights, and rest your body weight. So I'm just going to clean up my area here. It's important when you're training that you have a safe space to work in. Always look at your space. Make sure that things aren't underneath you. Let's take it to the right. Side lunge, set 2. Circuit 1. Especially pets. Or hopefully if you have children that are small, they're playing, they're, in their crib or bassinet or whatever you need to do, moms. I'm sure that you've taken care of that, but you never know. I work with people all the time on Zoom and to really give friendly reminders about being aware of what's near you and by your feet. You'd hate to trip and fall. We want to keep you safe. So, being consistent with your training is also important. Let's do one more on each side. So I encourage you to do your best to be as consistent as you can in your training. Last one. All right. Thumbs up, reverse fly. Bend those knees, grab your dumbbells. I'm actually going to go down in my weight this time. Palms up. Big exhale, lift up to shoulder height, core tight, belly in, neutral spine. Good. Focus on finding something to look at slightly ahead of you. Profile. If you have shoulder issues, go really light. This is actually shoulder friendly for you. You can use soup cans, water bottles, light dumbbells, or just your arms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Good. And time. Roll it very slowly. Shake it out. And then we're going to go into that straight arm tricep extension. Set 2. So slight lean forward from the hips, neutral spine, kind of a modified neutral spine because we're not quite in that position. More of an upright neutral spine. Shoulders down, belly pulled in. Squeeze the back of your upper arms, the triceps. Very good. Keep an eye on something on the floor here. Contract the triceps, come down slow. Squeeze and lower slow. It's never too late to start a strength training program. I highly recommend it, particularly one more, roll up slowly. Okay, modified mountain climbers using your chair or on the floor, your choice. Easier than getting on the floor, use the chair. Getting up in high plank, drawing the knees in, as many as you can do. I work with women all the time, 40 and older. Some of them have never weight trained. Some of them have, and then they've lost their way. Maybe they were really in good shape in college, before they had children, before they had careers, went to school, whatever the scenario might be. And then they just quit exercising. Maybe you've gained a lot of weight. Maybe you have health issues now. You're on a lot of medication. Whatever the case may be, you can always get started again. Consistency is key. And training 2 to 3 times a week, time is really great. I also like to do multiple sets. That's why we do 3. It's kind of the sweet spot. 3rd set on this circuit, by the way. Use your legs to get your dumbbells. Side lunge. Ready? Right leg. Multiple sets will really help get you strong. However, if you are a beginner, I highly recommend using lighter weight. Start with 1 set, couple of weeks, add another, couple of weeks, and then you can work up to 3. You always want to start off gently. I'm not the type of trainer that's going to push you till you drop or encourage you to keep going when you know you've needed to take a break. You are in charge of you. Anytime you're working with anybody else on YouTube, myself, or anybody else, you be you and take care of you. Take a break whenever you need to. Okay, straight arm, tricep extensions. Or excuse me, reverse flies, thumbs up. Reverse flies, reverse fly, thumbs up. Squeeze the scapula. So my videos that I do are not edited. They're raw, they're real, they're in real time. So there will be flaws and mistakes, and that's okay. Good. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Come on, give me a nice contraction back there. We live in a world of forward flexion, so it's so important to strengthen these back muscles. The back of your shoulders. For posture. Big exhale and time. Roll it very slowly. You're doing great. High fives. Elbow bumps. We've got our tricep, straight arm extension. Last set. Let's get it. Let's fine tune this. Slight lean forward. Knees bent, core tight, shoulders down, straight back. Good. Now be sure that you're not swinging the weights up and bringing them down quickly. You want to lower and use control. Always. We never want to use momentum when we're training. We want to be thinking about controlling our lift and really being mindful of our form and our technique. That always comes before weight. Always, always, always. Last set here, you're doing great. Mountain climbers coming up. Elevated mountain climbers on the wall for that wall plank or on the floor with me. Your choice. So come on gently. Let's set it up and get ready. And hands over the shoulders, core tight, knee to chest. You can also go down on your elbows if you'd like and eliminate the climber part of this and just get into a modified elbow plank if that works better for you. If you're tired, you can go down into that, or you can just hold in the plank. Okay? We'll stop the mountain climber portion of it at any time. We are going to take a break in between now and the next circuit. Grab some water, wipe down, and then I'll share with you what's next. Time. Let's do a little child pose here. Stretch through the lats. glutes. Get deep in there from those side lunges. Those were tough. Those were tough. You did great. And let's come on up onto all fours for just a moment here to take a little bit of extra time into a cat pose and into camel. Head up, butt out. Around the back, separate the shoulder blades, pull the belly in. Head up, buttocks out. One more. Big exhale, scoop the belly, look at the belly button, separate those shoulder blades by pushing through the floor. Head up, buttocks out. Great way to get up from the floor is one leg forward, support yourself, and then pull up. Really good job. Okay. So, I'm a sweater. I don't glow, I sweat. Next circuit, we're going to go to a wall. So you're going to need a sturdy wall. I'm going to go right here. Please don't lean up against a closet or something that's not sturdy that you'll fall through. We wouldn't want that. So we're going to do a wall sit with a bicep curl. Moderate to heavy dumbbells for 40 seconds. So we're going to really work the lower body, the core, everything. So let's get started. Bring your dumbbells over. Lean up against a wall, walk your feet out about 18 to 24 inches. Slide down the wall as though you're sitting in a chair and start to curl. Shoulders are back. Curl your weights all the way up and then lower down slowly. Very good. Think about contracting the front of your biceps. That two-headed muscle in the front of your upper arms. Squeeze the biceps. Now we've spent a lot of time working on your triceps, your rear deltoids, your lower body, and one more. So now we're focusing on the front of your quads, the front of your legs, and the front of your biceps. All right, now this next movement, put your weights down for me, please. I'd like to review the form with this, is a deadlift, mid-back row. What you're gonna do is you're gonna get it a little wider than shoulder part. Weights are here. You're gonna hinge forward from the hips, from the crease in your upper hip area. You're gonna push your body back flat into a neutral spine. We're gonna roll the weights up right here, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lower down, press through the heels and squeeze the glutes. Now, if you're new to training, I highly recommend that you start without any weight at all and just do the exercise this way for the first set until you can get a little bit more acclimated. If you have done deadlifts before, then go ahead and join me. Go and grab some weights. We're gonna get into a deadlift, row, lower, come on up. Hinging forward from the hips, neutral spine, elbows in close to the body, squeeze the shoulder blades, press through your heels and squeeze your glutes. Inhale, exhale, come all the way up. Very good. Neutral spine, really pull the core in, press through your heels, squeeze the glutes, profile, flat back, mid-back row for the upper middle back, the lats and the biceps. Flat back, mid-back row. Press through your heels, squeeze, contract. Now, for those of you at home that are practicing without the weights, it's important you go slow and avoid any kind of a rounded spine and roll up slowly. It's called a turtleback. We do not want that in our exercise protocol because it's not good for your back. It creates poor habits, and over time you could hurt your spine rather than help strengthen it. So your form is important there. Grab one heavy dumbbell, press up, bend both elbows, extend overhead and come down. This is the third exercise in circuit 2. It is a shoulder press with an overhead tricep extension, working your shoulders, rear deltoids, and triceps. Very good. Take your time, pull your core in, pull in your pelvic floor as well. You can think about not just your core, but your pelvic floor, but pulling your body all up and in. Pull everything all up and in. That's it. Very good. All right, one more. Excellent. Okay, we're going to get down on the floor again for another core exercise. It's dolphin plank. So I have this garden pad that I use to help set me up because I have older knees. So we're going to get into our elbows and toes, and we're going to pipe those hips up. We're going to lower down real slow. And pipe those hips up, look at the belly button, and come down very slow. So now if you do not want to do the dolphin part of the plank, you can stay in on your elbows and just hold. If you're a beginner, you can also just stay on your knees and hold here. Points of contact would be elbows and knees for a modified plank. Got a couple of options there. Exhale and inhale, come down very slowly. Exhale and inhale, come down very slowly in time. Let's sit back, extend child, and come on up. All right, step 2, wall sit with bicep curl. Let's get right into our exercise. Grab 2 dumbbells, sturdy wall, walk it out 18 to 24 inches. Whoops. Yep, you gotta be aware of your surroundings, just like I needed to be right there. Sorry about that, wow. Well, if you weren't present before, you are now. All right, feel the quadriceps burning a little bit. Contract your biceps at the top. Squeeze and lower down slowly with control. Remember, no momentum with your weights. It's all strength, right? It's all strength training. Bending from the elbow joint, contracting the biceps. One more. Excellent. And come up slow and pull yourself up. All right, it's our deadlift, mid-back row. So remember, here's our deadlift, neutral spine, row, come on up, with or without weights. All right, I'm gonna do a profile here. Deadlift, knees are slightly bent. Please contract, press through your heels, squeeze the glutes to the top. Neutral spine, core tight, pull those elbows in right alongside your rib cage. Neutral spine, hold, mid-back row, squeeze a little back. Back to start. Inhale, hinge, row, lower those arms right below the shoulders and come on up. And squeeze. This is called a compound movement. So anytime that we do 2 movements with the upper and lower body, let's do 1 more together. It's considered a compound movement. It's going to burn more calories and have you work harder and smarter. All right, dolphin plank. Come on down with me, or elbows and knees, or elbow plank, your choice. So hike those hips up, slowly come down. It's really easy to let your body just come down quick, but part of this is to control your body coming down. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, hike those hips. Lower with control back into plank. Head in line with the hips, knees, and ankles. Slow. If you remove the dolphin portion, that's okay. Getting tired, you can come down on your knees at any time. And time. Little stretch. Good job. All right, back to the top of the circuit. Wall sits, bicep curls, last set of the circuit. We can do this. All right, come on down, be aware of your surroundings, and curl it up. So toes, knees, and ankles are forward. Be sure to have your knees over your ankles. Your shoulders are back, you're contracting your biceps at the top, you're pulling in your belly, you're keeping your upper back against the wall, and your head if you can, unless that's uncomfortable for you to have your head against the wall. Go ahead and really pull your core in. Big exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down, let those weights hang below your shoulders. Squeeze your biceps. Good, and time. Come up gently. Yeah, shake it out. Deadlift, mid-back row. I'm gonna face you this time. Let's fine tune this move because we know how to do it correctly and safely. All right, so flat back. Mid-back row, lower, press through your heels, squeeze, contract, back to start. Flat back in a neutral spine. Raise those dumbbells up to your rib cage, press through your heels and glutes, contract. Inhale, exhale. Be sure to breathe. Don't be afraid to make a little bit of noise with your breathing. And if you don't know when to breathe in all these exercises, that kind of takes time and practice. We want to inhale down on this one particularly, and exhale on the way up. But just a friendly reminder, if you get confused, just remember to breathe. I know that sounds silly. Last one. Sometimes people forget, and that's not good. All right, press overhead extension. I'm going to keep one dumbbell. I'm going to go heavy. All right, and we're going to press up and bend. Now, if overhead tricep extensions bother you, you can also trade that out for tricep kickbacks. Okay, so you could lean forward and get into tricep kickbacks with 2 dumbbells or alternating them. Very good. So a modification there. Also, when you're doing squats, if it's with me or maybe on another YouTube channel or with a trainer, you can always also substitute the wall stick for a squat. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. Last exercise here, last rep. And excuse me, we have one more exercise, which is our dolphin plank. Then we'll be done. So circuit 3, dolphin plank, or modified versions, your call. Elbows under the shoulders, flex the feet, like this, come down slow. Exhale, look at the belly button, come down with control. Really good job. Hang in there. This is the 3rd set. You're doing great. I like to do 3 sets, like I mentioned earlier in our video here. 3 sets, the sweet spot. However, if you're new to training, you need to work up to it. Please don't just start training and go right to 3 sets your first time out of the, out of the gate, so to speak, when you first start training. Start with 1 set, really get the movements down, go into 2, and into 3. And that might take you anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks to work your way up to 3 sets, but that's okay. All right, let's get up with that form that I had showed you. And let's grab a little water. We're going to get into our 3rd set. So I'm kind of clearing my area so I can stay safe. Please do the same at home or yourself. Okay. Next circuit is our last circuit, standing. We're going to go into a 1-arm row, which get a little heavier here. 1-arm rows are actually really great for your core as well. So I'm going to use a 15. I'm going to have you bring your left leg forward for support. Right leg forward, excuse me. Left leg back. Dumbbells in your left hand, hanging right on your shoulder. Draw your elbow straight up by the rib cage. And pause and hold. Here we go. 1-arm rows. Now, we came from the 2nd set doing 2-arm rows. So you're nice and warm here already. This movement should look a little familiar, but now we're going to really focus on just 1 arm at a time, getting into 1 lat, 1 bicep, and your upper middle back on one side. Core is tight, hips and shoulders are square to the working space here. And time, come on up slow. So we're right around the corner, perfect. Switch sides. I like to have 1 leg forward in a split stance with my hand here for upper body support. Hang that dumbbell underneath your right shoulder. Ready? Core tight, and begin. Another thing to remember is to exhale on the up. Inhale as you lower. There's your breathing pattern. Keep your head slightly ahead. So you're not looking up, you're not looking down. Your head is in a neutral spine here, and the shoulder is away from the ear. There's distance here, see? Support for your back, and your core is pulled in to help support your back. All right, all those things matter. Good, inhale, exhale. Time, roll it very slowly, and let's go ahead and get into, you need a light set of dumbbells, please. A light set of dumbbells, I would say 3 to 5 pounds max, into some upper back work, palms facing each other here, and your external rotator. So those are the muscles that help keep your shoulder in place. There's 4 of them. And we need to have nice support here with your rotator cuffs. So this is a great exercise. Those of you that have issues with your shoulders, this is a really great exercise for you to include weekly, 2 to 3 times a week, 15 reps, 12 reps. If you're new, start with water bottles or soup cans, and then work your way up to maybe 2 to 3 pounds. 5 pounds is probably plenty for most people. Time. Wouldn't go much more than that, although I am using more, but I'm a little bit more advanced and a little bit stronger. So we're gonna get on the floor. So let's kind of creep up. We're gonna need some light weights, and we're gonna get into a bridge pattern. So I want you to bring your weight with you. Just bring one weight, okay? We're gonna bring this weight slowly behind us with a nice stretch. Scoot down, knees bent, feet flat, and as you bring the dumbbell back over, bridge up into a bridge pattern, pressing through the floor, squeezing your pelvic floor and your glutes. Lower slow, stretch and lift. So simultaneously, we're pulling these two pieces together. Now another way you can do this is to just bring the arms back behind if you're a beginner and lift. Practice this pattern, or maybe this is enough for you right now. Lower down and up. Let's do 2 more. Took us a little while to get here. It's okay if we're off a little bit. Remember, this isn't a perfect workout. Okay, now with your hips up, take both of your hands and place them underneath the small of your back. All right, draw your knees in, legs up, and let's lower your right leg down for alternating leg raise, the other leg, and then take it into a hip lift. Now, continue. If that hip lift is too much for you, a straight hip lift, you can lower down and do a reverse curl and then start all over. However, this might be enough for you, just alternating the legs. The hip lift is a bonus. Point your toes, you can flex them. I kind of like to point mine. Take your leg down as far as you can. However, your back needs to stay in contact with those hands. One more. Very good. And lift. Now, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to have you grab your dumbbell again and go into the pelvic floor. While we're down here, let's lift up our hips, come up over, and then pull up and over into our bridge pattern, pull over. So 1 dumbbell, feel the stretch, come up and over. Now you can also use 2 dumbbells. Not too heavy though, all right? And you just kind of need to come right above the chest here. It's really important that you don't use too heavy of weight with this exercise. We don't want to hurt the shoulders. So feel for a stretch and then pull up and over, press through your heels into a bridge pattern. Inhale. So you could use 2 light dumbbells, 1 moderate dumbbell. Let's do 1 more. And lower slowly. We're going to bring our hands underneath, shoulders down, draw the knees in, straight up very carefully. And let's lower the right leg and the left. It's an alternating leg raise. Hip lift is our bonus. So with or without, 40 seconds of work. And since we're on the floor here, I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 sets here, and then we'll stand back up again and get into our second. With our 1-arm row, external rotation. Very good. And we're going to go through those 2 more sets and end up on a 3rd set here. 1 more. Leave it up to me. I got you covered. Too much information at this point. All right, let's get into our 1-arm row. We're in our 2nd set. So you need a heavier dumbbell. Clear my area so I'm safe. I'm going for 15 pounds. It's in my right hand. Support, setup, and begin. We talked a lot about the setup last set. So let's fine tune. Draw the elbow in close to the rib cage. Exhale, inhale. That's it. Good. Keep the elbow close to the rib cage. It's like you have a string on the end of your elbow. You're drawing it straight up to the ceiling. Straight up to the ceiling. All right. Elbow in close to the body, dumbbell right by the rib cage, working your lat, your mid-back, your bicep, and roll up slowly. Always roll up slowly out of that position, please. Switch sides, right leg forward, right hand on the thigh for support, dumbbells in the left hand, shoulders or hips and square to the floor, core tight, protect the back, and draw the elbow in close. Very good. So with my studio closing last year in March, because I live in California and we were put on an emergency lockdown, March 19th, 2020, I shut my studio down and I never reopened it. I was there for 8 years. Women's training studio, semi-private training, no more than 6 women at a time. The things here in California, as you already know, have been very difficult. And roll up slowly. I just made the business decision to just shut my studio down and go online. Let's go into external rotation. Like 3 pounds maybe for most of you, elbows in close, and begin. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. So here I am online. I have 6 online training workouts every week. So if you're interested in that, at the end of the video, you'll see how to contact me, healthyandfitstacyray.com. You can send me an email if you're interested in being a part of those workouts. They're already established, small training workouts on Zoom, in my Zoom room. And great way to work with me if you live far away, if you live in another country. You can always do playbacks. And one more. Let's go back to the third set of the one-arm row. Then we'll be 3 for 3 on this. Anyway, a little history there and how I became more of an online trainer. Right dumbbell under the right shoulder. Let's get into the right lat. Very good. A lot of trainers were affected by COVID, and a lot of small business trainers with small businesses lost their businesses, particularly in California. So I did a pivot. Fast forward, it's been 16 months, and I've been online working with clients. We work out 2 or 3 times a week in my Zoom room, roll up slowly, or I can work personally with you alone, especially if you're starting out and you're looking for just one-on-one training. Okay, so let's set it up. Right leg forward, right hand on the thigh, left hand under the shoulder, working your left lat, mid-back, and bicep. Very good. All right, I also have 3 boys, and we've it's been quite interesting. They're all in school in their rooms on Zoom. I'm here on Zoom in this space, and then my husband's also a trainer in our garage training more people in person now that things are opening up. Anyway, little share there about me and my life. I know a lot of people have been affected by COVID. And for some people, roll up slowly, people have made businesses and have done really well. They've had to pivot and they've done really well with that. And other people have had great hardship and loss. And for those, our hearts go out to them. So let's get down on the floor. We've got one more set of the pullover. And we're almost finished here. You guys have done really well. All right, let's get into, let's get into our bridge pattern. So knees bent, feet flat, get your heels kind of close to your glutes, not too close. So lower your dumbbell down, slow stretch, and then pull up and over. Squeeze the glutes. So we're gonna lower the hips, lower the dumbbell. Remember, you're going for a gentle stretch. Please do not use too heavy of weight. We talked about that. Just enough where you feel a gentle stretch through your chest and shoulders, lower your hips, hover the floor. Press through your heels, squeeze your pelvic floor, your glutes, inhale. Bridges are a great way to activate your glutes. And if you're in one of those sitting jobs, where you're on your glutes all the time, it's really important that you activate them because they play a huge role in helping keep your body upright against gravity, and they need you to help strengthen them to help carry you around. So weak glutes can also cause back pain and lead to back problems. All right, we're going to do a couple more here. We're going to do one more. Very good. Weight to the side. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the beeper, and we're going to get into some stretching. So what I'd like you to do is roll over to one side and come up onto your knees. As I had shared with you before, I need to use one of these. You can get these also at the garden store, you know, Home Depot in the garden section. If you need to pad your knees at home to exercise, they're really wonderful. Or if you are a gardener, then they're great to have underneath your knees because your knees can sometimes get really hurt if you're on them in this position too often and so forth. Hands into the shoulders, knees into the hips. Let's get into our cat. Exhale round, separate the shoulder blades, tuck the tailbone under, look at the belly button, head up, buttocks out. Let's add the breath. Exhale round, push through the floor, separate those shoulder blades. Oh, that feels so good after our workout. Head up, buttocks out. Two more. Here we go. Big exhale. Add that breath. Blow out. And head up. Head up, buttocks out. And one more. Exhale, round, 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 round. Arch the back. Head up, buttocks out. Very good. Let's sit back and extend a child very gently, gentle on those knees. If you need to open up your knees a little bit more and let your body come through, that might feel better to some of you. You can go ahead and do that. Do it that way, or you can keep your knees in close, whatever's comfortable to you. But I want you to feel the stretch through your rectus spinae, which is your spine, basically, okay? We did a lot of work for your back. Let's stretch it out. And now let's walk your hands to the right. So walking your hands over here is going to help work through this lat, your glute in your back. Feels good. And now slowly walk center and then to the other side where you're going to work the other lat, your rectus spinae in your glutes and shins. Nice stretches through these areas. Come back center. Come up to a sitting position, please. Very good. Let's open hands right here by the ears. Pull back with your elbows and squeeze your shoulder blades together to open the chest and shoulders. This is a great stretch throughout the day. Here again, the chest and shoulders gets tight. Draw your elbows together. If you're on the computer, you're commuting, you're a new mom, you're working, whatever you're doing, everybody gets tight. Open it up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Very good. Open the chest and shoulders. This is a great stretch. Inhale, draw the elbows, separate the shoulder blades, open those up. We worked a lot in that area today. And open up the chest and shoulders. Excellent. Reach up and over. All right. So if you've liked the workout today, please leave a comment. Always appreciate any feedback. My website is www.healthyandfitwithstacyray.com. I specialize in training women 40 and older, and I truly believe in strength training being the fountain of youth. I'm 57, and I feel great, and I know it's because I've included strength training for many, many, many years. It's helped keep my weight in check, helped me walk through hypothyroidism, and 3 children, menopause, postmenopausal, all of those different seasons. So I get it. I've been through those life experiences on what it's like to gain weight, and I've lost 18 pounds and kept it off. Your nutrition is really, really important, and I did that with a great nutritional program as well. So if you need help, you need encouragement, reach out to me. We can chat. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. 3 more. Good. Exhale. Deep breathing is so calming and so important. Bring your heart rate down, your blood pressure. Very good. 1 more. And exhale. Have a blessed day. stay fit and fab, and until next time, take care.